And when I turned 30, I just felt like the big dread, because every time when people talk about, who's old, the first thing they say is like, okay, when 30, 30 is
and even the word sounds so big. 30,
yes,
that
it's like 20. It's like 20,
like 20, but like
30.
Hey guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM,
And we are back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's
definitely TMI. Guys, welcome to the
Oh, sorry.
What?
I thought usually we take a pause, like
but
a
we
breath.
said that now we are
we said
professionals.
we're not. Yeah, we're professionals. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Cheers.
Ching ching. Guys, welcome to the episode we are calling the birthday episode.
Actually, as you're watching this, it's my birthday right now.
It's happy 32nd.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I know, guys. Take a pause. How weird. Yes.
I know.
Me and Joe are not sisters. We are not cousins at all.
Housed.
But we are born literally a
day
day and a
apart.
year.
How?
A year and a day apart.
How?
She's born March 2nd. I'm born March
Out of
3rd.
365 days in the year that
Imagine
you could have
God
been born,
put us
it
that.
was only.
God put us that.
How?
And in order of you being older, that's it.
Oh my God.
Exactly like that.
It's just so strange.
It was 100%
Exactly. So my birthday is
destined.
today as you're watching, and her birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jojo.
birthday to us. Oh my
I always tell
God.
Joe, and I think I say this to you all the time, you are a life-changing person.
Oh, babe.
People who are smart enough
Thank
to
you.
see who you are and your worth, if they take you seriously, their life changes instantly just from knowing you.
That's so I
And
hadn't
that's so
prepared
true.
anything lovely to say. I
No,
wish
it's
you had
fine. It's
told
your
me
birthday. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
You
Okay.
can tell me mine privately.
Tomorrow. All
But
right,
yeah,
fine.
happy
definitely.
birthday, you life-changing person.
Thank you.
I love you so much. You are a fantastic partner. You're a
Oh.
wonderful wife. You are an amazing mother. And you're a bad bitch.
Oh my
You are
God. Thank
bad-
you.
You're a bad
You're
bitch.
all those things except the wife and the mom part.
I know.
Yeah.
Soon come.
Soon
Come.
or
Mike.
come when you wow.
Mike.
Oh my God. What if he proposes to you on your birthday?
No.
What if
How-
he
Why would he do that?
Why is it no?
So now it's like you get the same present.
Oh my God. But what other present would you like more than an engagement ring? How fantastic.
No, please. Spread them out. Spread
Yeah.
them out.
And
Like
maybe
a, like
see
a
now
June.
He
like a
knows
June.
you've just done your nails. He knows you're just about to do your nails. So
Yeah.
it's the perfect timing.
Okay, Joe. Now, how did we just go to we're waiting for a proposal?
Oh my God. Actually, if you knew how much time I spend thinking about you getting engaged and
Are
you
you
getting married and you
serious?
getting kids, it's actually concerning.
Yeah.
It's actually very
But
concerning.
it's
I will
not for
have
the
you
right
know.
reasons, guys. Don't say
Definitely.
oh. Don't you
It
even
is.
dare.
What is the wrong
say
reasons?
oh.
What is the
Joe,
wrong reasons?
First of all, says when I get engaged, it speeds up the process of
Listen.
me getting to be pregnant.
Which is great
Which-
because I want
she's
God to
tired
bless
of somebody
her
else.
womb.
No,
Oh
she's
my
tired of somebody else being the pregnant one.
But you see,
Her
let me tell you
words.
the part you don't see is that I feel like when you become a mom, I feel like you and I are already so close and we connect on so many levels. And now that one, like being able to connect with you
We
from
will
a mother,
definitely be lovers.
Like, for sure,
That's it.
for
That's the
sure,
next
we're
one.
lovers. Yeah, exactly.
next
We'll
one.
keep the men around though because it helps, like in the
Image,
journey. Exactly.
brand.
Plus, like it's
The
just
branding.
it helps to have someone else wake up in the middle of the night and feed the baby kind of thing.
it's
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
It's good. Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that, guys.
Cheers,
We're
guys.
drinking some rosé, and as you can see, guys, we have some bottles of wine here from Lydia. Get ready to see them a lot
Yes.
in our episodes because they are here to stay, and we are loving the
Yes.
rosé that we are drinking
My
today.
favorite is rosé. I really
Yeah.
love rosé. Joe was like in the in between. She prefers red, but
You're
I
an in-betweener.
I am.
You're-
Stop, guys.
She's
I'm
an
in-betweener.
in-betweener. So she's drinking. We are both drinking Sun Chaser. That's their natural sweet rosé.
Yes.
They also have Star Chaser, which is a natural sweet red, and then there's Wave Dancer, which is a natural sweet white. I like that they're all sweet because honestly, me, I'm not here to be drinking alcohol, and I'm like, why are we
Like
suffering?
why?
Why are we
why is it
suffering?
hard? Why is this
Exactly.
hard?
Yeah.
This is such a nice relaxing drink. It's not
Yeah.
something which is not you're not in the club. Relax.
Yeah.
You're
It's
not in
not
the club.
punching you.
It's not punching you in the
Yes.
face. It's just relaxing you and your girlfriend.
Exactly.
Sipping. Us is more bad ayakazi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More like, I mean, right now we are still
A little.
working, and that's the perks of this kind of job. But
Yes,
yeah, we
yeah.
love it so much.
love
So if
it.
you're in your local wines and spirits, or you're in a convenience store, or wherever it is that you buy alcohol, look out for Lydia and just tell them that TMI
TMI
recommended. We recommended.
recommended.
Exactly.
Ching ching,
Ching,
honey.
ching.
Ching.
Happy birthday to us.
That's enough, Joanne. That's enough.
1 month.
That's enough. Time to work. Time for work.
Time for work. I need to put this behind. So
Before we go anywhere, guys, please, have you subscribed to our channel? Have you subscribed to the podcast platform you are listening to? There is a plus sign on top of our name. I keep telling you guys because sometimes it's not easy to find. Please subscribe to wherever you're listening to, because you help us grow, and that subscription is actually validation of our work, and we love to see it. We also see you guys in a lot of other people's content comments.
exactly.
We see you writing between us. We see
We
it.
love you every time.
We see it.
By the end, anytime I see someone somewhere recommending TMI, and I'm like, wow. So this
You
person
guys go hard.
You go hard for us, and
You
we
really
love
go
you,
hard.
man.
We
We
love
love
you
you.
so
Also
much,
follow us
guys.
on Instagram, guys. TMI Podcast KE,
Yes.
Murugi Munyi, and Lydia KM.
Yes, a lot of our content is going to be there, guys.
Yeah.
Especially around this birthday season. Ooh.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be
it's
lit.
gonna
It's gonna be
fire.
lit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And because we are turning a year older in such close proximity, thank you so much. Always remember to tuck in your friend's bra, okay?
Exactly.
That's
But
good.
even if you see a bra, it's like, what is? It's not a crime because
Yeah.
like we have bras
It's
on.
not. It's just
so-
not like what we are looking. That wasn't
It's not
intention.
It's not intention. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Got it.
So because we are turning a year older with such close proximity, we wanted to talk about the good old age anxiety, right? We get so many DMs and so many messages telling us, I'm turning 25. What can I do? I'm turning 35. I'm not married. Sijui what? So many things. And everyone's story is kind of different about why they're getting age anxiety. So we wanted to have a conversation about the dread of getting older, what it means, how we deal with it, have we ever handled it, and how you can overcome it. Because the truth is, getting older is actually something that's really beautiful and special, and that means that you get to have more time on earth, you get to have more time with your family, your friends. And even I told you when we we're just starting out that my mom always used to tell us, every year you get older, I get to see you older. And I think I've always had a positive
And I love that
relationship.
so
Yeah, I've
much,
had
yeah.
a positive relationship with my age, because I'm like, my mom gets to see me getting older, which is amazing. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So
Yeah.
question 1, have you ever had age anxiety?
I don't know if I can, like right now as we are sitting here, I don't think I can remember in like the recent years having any kind of aging anxiety. I feel like maybe what I've ever had is like the opposite, feeling like, aging anxiety is usually like, oh, you feel like as you're getting older, like now your life is finishing. I, in like my early 20s, used to feel like I'm living too much of my life too young. Do you know what that means? I think it's because I had my son so early. So I kept feeling like, I feel like I'm living a 30-year-old's life. God. And back then, 30
was like
30
wow,
seemed like a
30-year-old.
lifetime. A lifetime. I used to be like, God, 30, ew.
yeah, when someone says you're 30, you're like,
Oh, wow. How does it feel? Do you still have all your hair?
You dead?
You still
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
I'm
Like-
here.
So yeah, that's what I used to feel. But as anxiety of actually getting older, I don't think I've actually experienced it. But I think maybe that is due to the fact that I've always felt like I'm a high achiever. I've always felt like my milestones, so to speak, or like the things which I wanted to do by a particular age, I had always reached those milestones. So for example, I had always said I wanted to be married by like 25, 26. I got married at 26. No, at 27 actually. I've always felt like, okay, I've had my kids, I'm in a good career that I actually love. I have friends. I mean, I feel like I'm comfortable. I feel beautiful. So maybe because of those things, I will say with a pinch of acknowledging my privilege. I acknowledge my privilege fully when I say that I haven't had aging anxiety like now this year or in the recent past. But I completely validate someone who maybe does not feel like they have reached their checkpoints or whatever, which I remember you mentioning something like that. Like for you, it's about the checkpoints. Tell us about those checkpoints, babes.
So for me, age anxiety is directly related to how I feel about where I currently am. So I guess it would be the same thing. I feel like maybe that's pretty much it for everyone else. It's like, is your age matching what you've always thought of? But actually, some people just do feel scared about getting older just because of the consequence of getting
maybe
older.
just even like the physical wrinkles. Yeah.
I never even considered that.
I've never thought about wrinkles.
For me, I feel like one of the things that probably changed the trajectory of my life is the fact that I moved continents and careers in my late 20s, right? So naturally, the way my career was going, had I continued, I'd probably have been settled. I don't know, maybe at 30, I would have been some senior lawyer or whatever else, or at least been a good lawyer in a good law firm, etc., etc. One of the things that definitely changed the way I saw myself and my age is changing careers and moving across continents at I was turning 24. or 25.
That's not even late 20s. That's very much early 20s. Okay, mid 20s.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that changed everything for me, right? Because I had decided I wanted to come here, do law school, but it would have probably been like a really normal pace. But when I decided I want to be in the entertainment industry without really knowing anyone or how to go about even just settling down and getting like my feet in here was already a thing, right? So what I did, what I found myself is that even late in my 20s, I hadn't yet I wasn't feeling like settled and feeling a feeling of wholeness, even if I had been on TV and you'd think that was as soon as I get there.
Funny thing is that whatever those checkpoints are or markers are, someone else watching you would probably be like, oh my god, they are having aging anxiety because they're like, I'm not where Lydia is. But where Lydia is, she's
Lydia
also
is
there
like,
thinking like, oh my god,
take it away.
Yeah, you had a bit. I remember turning 30, you were kind
30,
of a bit anxious.
So basically, when I quit my job because it was just like, I'm just here to exist, and I hate that feeling of like you're not really here for any purpose. Even in relationships, dead relationships really give me anxiety because if I'm not growing, if nothing is happening here, why am I here? So when I was turning 30, at that point, I was unemployed, I was single, I was financially dependent. I was feeling lost and purposeless in the way I was creating my content. Although I loved what I was doing with my content, I felt like I didn't have enough direction. I didn't have enough the way I feel now. I feel like I stand on solid
ground.
What
am I doing? Where am I going?
Yeah,
what's
what
happening?
is happening? So I had so much anxiety turning 30. And this time, mind you, Mans was there. Mike was there, but then he was just Mans. He wasn't Mike yet. But I wasn't seeing that yet, right? And when I turned 30, I just felt like the big dread, because every time when people talk about who's old, the first thing they say is like, okay, when 30, 30 is
and even
thing.
The word sounds so big. 30,
yes,
that
20. It's like 20,
but
30,
like
30.
By the way, I'm turning 32 and she's turning 31. We haven't even mentioned that, but
so when I was turning 30, I was just like, this isn't where I wanted to be in my life. I to be honest, as the older I got, the more I was just like, maybe I won't have children at 30, and I was fine with that. But I mean, we don't even have prospect. There's not even anyone.
Maybe
there is like nothing. And when I looked around in my life, I was just like, there's somewhere where I've gone wrong. I get, you moved and there was this and there was that, all of these things.
But what haven't you done?
But there are so many things that I thought were in my power to make different, and I didn't take enough opportunity to make different. Things like, first of all, who you choose to be with, that would definitely change the way you view yourself. And I think that not being smart that way really pushed me back a lot. Not being able to be quick on my feet as far as how I can make money, as well as support what I wanted to do. So many decisions that I made got me at 30 feeling sad, right? But when I got there, I was like, my life is the sum of my decisions. Let's make better ones. That's it. I didn't even
like, now we are here.
Now we are here.
So
now we're here. Do you want to have the same feeling at 31, or are you gonna do something about it? And when I tell you, I put my focus in.
This last year of you has been crazy. You sometimes wish like if you had done as much focus as you had in this year, if you had been that way all the other years, how far you'd be.
Yes, I would be able to buy people.
Right.
I would be a buyer of people.
Oh my god.
That's where I would
But guess
be
what?
at.
You don't have to buy people. Apparently you can make your own people. I've made 3 and would not recommend 2 out of 10, but I love them.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10 for the motherhood experience.
For the motherhood
But can I just say, actually,
experience.
one of the things that I feel greatly reduces my aging anxiety is having kids, because you see with kids, it's like as you want to be alive, and the more you see them growing, it's exciting. So you can't be sad about you getting older, but you're looking at your kids and you're excited about them getting older, because of course as they're getting older, you are getting older, and somehow it's like you keep feeling like they kind of keep you young, and I get that, especially for women as you're approaching your 30s, because it's proven that probably the older that you get, especially as you approach 40, it's gonna be harder for you to get children, and your eggs and what. I get how that can be anxiety inducing for
sure.
women, but I love the fact that now there are options. You can go freeze your eggs. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, there are definitely options. And also I feel like the value now I place is my mom was divorced or separated at 32. So my mom was like, it's you'd have been rushing to get to somewhere only so it can end prematurely.
Wow, yeah.
So she was just like, this way to where you're able to select the person who you're going to spend your life with far more consciousness is far better, because what you're looking for, I started changing. Instead of I just want to be married, it's like I want to have a happy, long-lasting marriage. And what does that mean? What does that mean? You want a strong foundation. You want to know who you're with. You want to take time to get to know someone before you make such a big commitment. So many things started looking. I changed my perspective to be able to see things from a place of set the foundation right instead of rushing everything and getting it wrong.
Actually, I think a lot of people's aging anxiety might be cured by thinking about it like that. Because I can remember so many DMs we get on TMI, which, by the way, if you have any issues you want us to help you with, you can always DM us, TMI Podcast KE, of someone saying, oh, there's this guy and we are dating and he wants to marry me, but I'm not sure. You know, what do you guys think? And you can tell from the tone of their message that they are thinking about saying yes just because it's like, okay,
It's
at
time.
least I'm married. Yeah, at least I'm married and this person has come. And you know, as women, sometimes we are trained into someone else chooses
As long as
you.
they're there.
Yeah, you're waiting to be chosen, right? But as Kit showed us or told us on Saturday,
own your results.
you own your results, and you can actually get to choose who you want. You don't have to just wait for the person who's going to choose you. So I think having that perspective definitely is amazing. Like you don't just take whatever comes. You have the power to be able to determine your own fate and determine your own future,
100%.
which is absolutely great.
Yeah, and the base of everything should be, well, from me, the way I see it now is, Jay-Z says, when things are hyped, right? Like, you know, when new rappers come in, everything like that, he's like, he just stays calm. Because his goal isn't to be the hottest right now. His goal is to create a legacy, you know?
And he has done that.
He has done that. People, how many rappers have come?
How many?
And gone. And Jay-Z is still Jay-Z, you know? So I started thinking about things from the place of slowly, easy does it. And I always hope that because of taking my time, I'm going to be in a position to be a better wife, to be a better mother, because, you know, I'm holistically a bit more better of a person, you know. So I started seeing a lot of good in taking my time with things, you know.
I actually feel like people who get married and get kids in their 30s enjoy a lot less shit than people who do it in their 20s, because I just feel like, and this is not for everyone, it's not I'm passing judgment on everyone, but I just feel like in your 20s you don't really know yourself fully, you know. Like there's aspects about you, about your attachment styles, about your response to things, about unpacking your traumas and how they've affected you. So much work has yet to be done for most people, not everyone, for most people has yet to be done. So you end up putting yourself through a lot, tolerating a lot of things that you shouldn't be tolerating, not knowing how to, it's just ghetto, not knowing, like, when I think about the things that I put myself through and my husband through in my 20s, I'm like, ghetto. I feel like once you reach, like, look at you now, look at the Lydia who's this evolved. There's some things you're not going to take, there's some proposals you will never even accept, there's some stupid fights you will never have, because you're just like, this is an evolved version of you. And of course, not like you've reached the pinnacle, but like you're on your way there, you know, kind of thing. And I think actually that's a blessing, because I feel like if you reach if you're 35 and you're not married, it's like, thank God, because how much more do you know yourself and what you want and what you don't want at that age that you've reached, you know?
Yes, and I also actually want to say, there's plenty of people who even message me at like 35, 38, 40, and they're still in the process of knowing each other. The idea
of knowing
that
themselves or each other.
The idea that your age will bring you
some
growth
clarity
sometimes isn't always true.
Fact. If you're doing the
growth,
work,
brings you growth. Like you putting in the work, as opposed to, as now the year is just coming and now I just know more. Of course, life experiences are always going to sharpen your knowledge, but it's good to actually put in the work, because you will be definitely 50 and still wondering why someone is treating you like shit and you should have left.
We know men in their 40s who are still acting 12.
Listen.
And speaking of men, can we talk about how there's such an annoying double standard?
Even
when women, you pass 30, your worth starts
you're done.
depreciating.
Yeah,
exactly. When a man turns 30, in fact, below 30, it's like he's not even a man, he's a boy.
Yuck.
When he gets to 30, and then 40,
he's
it's
how
like,
old?
Wow.
He's 30. Oh, wow.
Listen, it's
just
there's
definitely a double
this is
standard.
why you hardly ever hear men going through aging anxiety.
No, they don't.
Do they?
But big ass Joanna booty.
But
big old Joanne booty, right? I have seen in my grandparents how the consequences of men aging really, really suck.
Like what?
Right? Number one, us women are very about our community.
Yeah.
As you get children and grandchildren, so much of your love comes there.
Yeah.
And also so much of us goes directly to our mother, right? Who can't hardly ever get as much attention, as much money,
So it's like
as much
lonely.
visiting. And guess what? A lot of them die a lot earlier than their
Actually,
their
why
wives.
is that?
So then that means that basically means that if you are the one who lives longer, you probably don't even have any friends.
Yeah.
You know?
And your wife was the one who was always hosting the parties. So
Yeah.
who is going to come and she's not here to invite them?
It's true. Yeah. So,
You're so
men
right.
get really lonely, especially a lot later. You know, if your wife dies in a place, it's like you're not gonna date again.
Yeah.
But you know, you're already too old.
I mean,
I've
yeah.
seen that there's so much joy in women getting older. We are just not we are not shown that, you know?
Yeah.
Think about how much you say about your grandma. It's grandma or
You're
mom.
right. It's always
Where is
it's
dad?
always mom.
Where is Guka?
I mean, it's somewhere. If
You know?
when you've gone to see your mom, your dad will be there.
You know, he'll be there somewhere, you know? I'm going to mom's house.
It's always going to mom's house.
Yeah, it's never dad.
But I really feel like we need to change the narrative around women's worth, decreasing as you're getting older.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much power. And maybe, I don't know, in society,
and we need to do it. We are the ones who need to do it. Yeah. And as we get older, when you think about things like, I get to see my children getting older, right? Your value, the problem is your value starts becoming about other people. And that's why it seems like our value is depreciating. But really it's because we're starting to do more for others, you know? Being wife and mother. For us, those are very intimate things.
You're
as
in the
opposed to
chama,
father.
you're in
Exactly.
what, yeah.
We become more, we start broadening ourselves to be part of bigger things. Yeah, I'm here for women. I'm thinking
I'm also here.
We also said that another thing that maybe might have like made us not have so much age anxiety is who our mothers are.
Oh yeah, exactly. We were saying
Yeah.
that I feel like my mom has aged so gracefully, like so gracefully. Honestly, our mothers are really like the cutest,
The best.
They are just the most beautiful. Guys, please follow us on our pages so you can see
our
them.
moms.
And I love the fact that my mom and I are very close, and I see firsthand like the things she gets excited about. She's like, oh, I'm going for this fun thing. I'm going for this conference. Oh, guys, look, I got this. Even things like basic things like clothing. You see how even us we get excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So at 60, I'll still be excited
and
about a
that's
dress.
what makes me really happy about life.
I love it.
You know?
Yeah.
And then my mom separated from my dad like years ago. And then I saw her like now as we got older and we were like, 18 past 18 or whatever, I saw her start getting into dating.
Yeah.
How my mom works out crazy. She's definitely fitter than me.
Yeah.
And as I was seeing how much life continues either way. So I think that's the thing that always shows me, here is life. My mom got married 6 years ago. She met the love of her life. My mom got married
she did
1 year ago, sorry.
I was
1.5
like, wait,
years ago.
that wedding was 6 years. How?
But they met and they've been
6
dating
years ago.
6 years ago. So I'm just like, so even if whoever I'm with is all just pasukas,
Yeah.
so I can do it again
Exactly.
at 50.
Even at 40, if you want, you can do it. Yeah.
At 50.
Life is not over, by the way. Imagine it's not. It's really not over.
It really isn't.
And I love seeing how, like, my mom, she has looked for new challenges in every chapter of her life.
Right.
She's never been the kind. She was in a long career in her like 30s, but then when she got to 40, she transitioned. She decided to go into missionary. She went into church work, and even in that church work, it's always been like, oh, she's in this job, then she's quit, she's gone into this direction, she's quit, she's going into this. And I just love that. I feel like even
my mom is in school. She went back to school because she wants her degree in counseling.
How old is your mom?
Yeah, my mom is 54.
Okay, my mom is 60.
55,
Yeah.
yeah.
And one thing my mom always says, we always ask her, Mom, how does it feel? Like now you're 60, how does it feel? And she's like, honestly, it feels just the same way I felt when I was 20. Like me, I just feel like me. I don't feel like anything,
This is why.
Yeah.
This
even,
is why.
I mean, even if you think about it, even us at 20, you were just feeling like I'm just Lydia.
I definitely feel way better.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean, you feel more
God.
confident, but you are just you.
I was still you.
You're still just
it's
you,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was something you had mentioned earlier about how a lot of many people's aging anxiety comes from the fact that you've said, I want by 30 to have done this, gotten this. And one of the things that we were talking about earlier is the fact that your own checkpoints or your own benchmarks are like based on you,
Yeah,
like some people have said by 30 I want to have made 5 million, by 35 I want to have retired, whatever it is for you. But obviously everybody's is different. But are there some like basics? Are there like some basics? Like today you meet a man and you're dating and he tells you he lives with his parents and he's 35. Are you dating him?
Why does he live with his parents?
I mean,
always
because
waiting
why should he move out? He doesn't feel the need to.
Okay, see, that's too much. So if a man is living with his mom at 35, I'm curious to know why. Number one, I always feel like since COVID, so many things changed dramatically for different people.
Okay, you're right.
So I always think like, what could have happened, right? However, if it's just a matter
Assume
of
a non-COVID world.
or not even that, it's just failure to launch. You just don't want to launch yourself into the world. That's problematic for me. Because
Is that the same? Is that the same for like men and women?
Even at 35, a woman living with her parents, what's happening?
Oh yeah, right.
What is
Okay,
going
fine. fine.
no,
Yeah.
that really
So
is
the standard
serious.
is the same for the men and
I
for
feel
the women.
so,
Yeah.
but women are gonna be more like, oh, what a good girl. She still wants to be close.
Yeah.
Whereas men is just like counseling.
And I feel like,
therapy.
okay, even for me, if I was like, but at the point at which I was dating, let's say at, by the time I met Zach, maybe 26, 27, for me, if a guy wants to date me and he like didn't have a car, I would always look at
You
it
said
like,
your trauma.
what's wrong? Why don't you? Like, you know, and I know that's a bad thing to say out loud, but it's like, honestly, I was just like, if you're, me, I was expecting to be dating a man who was 30, Zach was 33 at the time we met. And I was like, if you're in your 30s, you should be driving, you know?
Yeah.
So I can imagine a man in his 30s, if you're living with your parents and you're not driving, you can probably feel like, you know, a bit of that aging anxiety.
Yeah.
And
Furthermore, I feel like we always set the standard for other people, just especially the men we meet, a bit higher than our
Ours,
own,
yes.
right?
You do have
if
a
you're
car.
dating someone who's older.
Yeah.
But others, do you want to announce yourself, Beryl? Beryl is dating a younger man. Yuck. But yeah, if you set your standard that way, because even you in your trajectory of your life, you think I'm 27, this is where I am.
Yeah.
So where would I be at 33?
Yeah.
So why aren't you? That's
Yeah.
definitely the way we tend to think about it.
I've
Yeah.
not even
So then
thought
that
about
becomes
that.
difficult for you to. It becomes like. Then you, if you're not there at a whole 33 and I'm there at 27, you see that there's a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah. Which means in that case, probably men probably do go through a lot of aging anxiety. They probably just don't talk about it.
Yeah, and what I feel is more, it's not just the age, is achievement based, right? You know,
Ooh, yes.
it's like at 29, you're the one who's
Exactly.
definitely buying bottles for all of us.
Yeah.
When
I
she
mean-
brings me and 5 of her friends to your date,
Which
we are sitting
just,
there.
We're like, yeah, so now?
How are you not buying bottles for all of
Yeah,
us?
Actually, right. That actually makes sense because recently, Zach and I have been having lots of conversations about this house that we are building to move into. And he just keeps saying, he's just like, he does not want his next birthday to come and we are not leaving that house. He just like literally everything is about the house. To some point, I'm just like, babe, can we just like talk about something else? But for him, he's so relentless in that wanting that thing because it's like an external thing. I feel like for women, also a bit of aging anxiety has to do with like our bodies and
Our
physically.
bodies,
I don't know
our
if men,
eggs, blah, blah, blah.
think about it from a
so
physical
much.
point of view. It's more of that.
It's more achievement,
money,
and they're
status,
judged
power.
a lot about it. Yeah, they're judged,
absolutely.
and even men getting married is more about how they're seen by society. Married men are just like, oh, you look like you have your head on your shoulders, as opposed to a single man at 45.
Yeah, exactly.
People question that a lot more, you know?
Yeah.
And all of this is complete trash. We all agree. We're just talking about how things are actually.
Especially now, literally in the post-COVID world, I feel like life changed. And now, literally there are people who are actually just struggling to survive. Forget your checkpoints of where someone should be at 35.
Yeah.
People are literally struggling to survive.
So
and,
as you had asked, the basic ones which are expected of us. So by 30, around there, married with children, right? Or at the very least, we are seeing you holding someone's. You know, there's something there, and not your co-host. There's something there. People expect you in your early 30s to be at least married. Now it seems like it's at least married. Maybe not say with children, but at least married,
or at least with someone.
Yeah,
I would even say married. At least with someone who we can say this. We
can
you're serious about some.
Yeah,
this
a
person.
serious relationship.
Yeah, like you see, we can say you're
expected.
serious. You're actually living together. But when I met Zach and I was 26 and he was 33, I remember really finding it hard to believe like he's single, completely single, and he has no kids. And I was just like,
see, at 33, everyone's
are
just
you
like
kidding?
red flag.
Exactly. I was
What's
like, what's wrong with you?
Why?
How can
Why
you be single?
has no one wanted to marry you?
And you have a car.
How?
You have a good job. You're financially stable. What's the problem?
I know. Exactly.
What's the issue, babe?
There
you know,
is.
that's the thing.
Another thing I feel is like you should be financially independent. Yeah. And I told you guys when I was turning 30, I wasn't. So it's like, all right, fine. All the other societal stuff of marriage and kids, you can just say, oh, society is pushing me to be whatever, but financially independent.
Surely.
And
you have an education.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that one is definitely expected. What's another one?
I love the fact though when I see these posts of like the guy who started KFC started it when he was 65. This person who
but
started
most of
this
these
whatever
people
when
are
they're
not
older.
homeless at 30.
I mean, I don't
It's like
even you are not
somewhere.
homeless.
Okay.
You are not homeless. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, I feel like we always are looking at life from the lens of what we don't have vis-a-vis what we do have. You
I
know,
think
you
so.
probably were not looking at the fact that you've had a beautiful career in TV. You are well known in Kenya.
Oh my
you are
God.
physically, you're doing all
Was
right.
I-
Like you don't.
was
you
that
haven't-
me?
Imagine. And that's someone else seeing you, but you to yourself, you're just like,
Me,
I
I
don't
was
have
just
money.
like, the world is ending,
Yep.
and I am being swallowed by earth.
Imagine. And look at you now at 31, thriving.
Look at me.
Like the bad girl you
So
are.
happy.
Like the
continue
bad
being the bad girl you
are.
are.
Love that.
Yeah.
What else? For
It's expected
women,
of us.
for women, I guess it's more women really
Settling.
it's more of
mostly
the
about the marriage,
the
and
marriage
stuff.
and home and family and kind of thing. For men, it's more the career.
Yeah.
It's like if you're in your early 30s or by the time you're like 30 something, you have to be in a managerial position. Like at this point, you're not an intern. You're not an intern at 35,
yeah.
are you?
Yeah. I also I find that men do get pressured directly, not from society, but by their family about marriage.
Yeah.
When you're in your 30s, yeah. And actually, funny enough, a lot of mothers start being like, when a man is like in his bag, in his 30s, and no one, it becomes scary. And I see it actually in other people where it's like their parents are always going on and on about them getting married, but it's directly from their parents, not really society as much, from what I've seen.
That you see, that I feel like that pressure for getting married and kids, for women it starts at 25, for men maybe 35, because I feel like men, I feel like it's even seeing a man who's in his late 30s,
I feel like in their 30s now, it's just kind of like, what's going on?
Seriously,
I feel
like men, people, society celebrates men who are in their 30s and they're still like, it's like he's an eligible bachelor.
Yeah, but then it gets to a point of you are the only one now.
Oh, then that's a problem.
Because like
then
now
you end up just marrying anyone.
Yes,
and cheating
now
on
it's just
her
like
with
as
28 women in Nairobi.
As soon as you, it's for us, as you're saying, is as soon as you enter 25, that's it.
Yeah.
But with men, it just becomes more of like, what's going on?
Exactly.
It's more like a soft suspicion. Like, are you all right?
Is everything
fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this?
You know, there are some companies where you can't become a CEO if you're not married.
Yeah.
Really? Like you have to, like, it's like almost like a vote of confidence. Like, can you keep a home? Can you keep a wife?
It's true. There's a lot of people, actually, even in general, people see that being able to be in a marriage and in a settled, stable home is a sign of your character. Yeah. A lot of people.
Absolutely is not.
Yeah.
Some people are in bad marriages. They are married. It's just
because
you're married, but like your marriage sucks.
Yeah.
Your marriage absolutely
but you're there
sucks.
Because you need to be the CEO.
Because you need to show that you are married, exactly, and just whatever. Okay, so we as you mentioned, right now we're not experiencing aging anxiety, but again, recognizing our privilege, because there are so many circumstances that could have happened that could have led to us having anxiety. So assuming someone is out there and they're watching this episode and maybe they're experiencing aging anxiety, which I mean, sometimes when someone messages me and they're 25 or they're 23 and I'm just like, babe, you're so young, but you know what, we validate you anyway.
Definitely.
Because someone else was looking at you at 30 and they are 57 and they're like, God, what are you complaining about? So wherever it is that you are, if you are feeling it, maybe let's share some tips on how to overcome that aging anxiety.
If you're having aging anxiety like I was about to where you are in your life, first of all, take responsibility of your life. There is something somewhere in the back of my mind, whether I like it or not, it's almost like it was other people's job to do things for me, right? You don't mean to think that, but you can see it in your life, because whoever you're giving your responsibility to take care of you financially, taking care of you emotionally, find you a job, whatever else, you are giving your power to those people to be the creators of your destiny. So that's number one. For me, I started taking ownership of my decisions, right? You messed up, you didn't learn, you weren't financially stable because you didn't teach yourself how to do that, right? You didn't put in the grit to be able to get where you wanted to be. Those are all you, right? So now how do we take the next step forward? You are not in a relationship and you're not married. That's not the end of the world because you left one, right? But what do you want to do? Do you want to put yourself out there, or do you want to make a decision with the person who you're with right here, which is what I did.
Absolutely,
ownership of your life.
I have completely agree with that. For example, I love sometimes when people are experiencing that aging anxiety, it's like your body is going to start giving up on you. So if you're worried about your body giving up on you, what are you doing right now to ensure you have a strong, healthy body that you're going to be able to, that's going to be able to carry you, you know? A lot of people are like, by 30, I want to be the sexiest I've ever been. I want to be whatever, but you're never going to the gym one day and you're eating popcorn for dinner, you know, and cake for breakfast.
Vegetables.
Exactly. So you can't be complaining about that, but also saying, oh, I'm experiencing anxiety about getting older. Obviously, you know, the more that you treat your body well, eating vegetables, reducing stress, working out, things like that, living a healthy lifestyle, basically, quickly, then you can alleviate that anxiety of my body is going to start failing me.
Yeah.
You see people who are like 70 who are living healthy and they literally can do things that even a 20-year-old cannot do. So that's like an example of how, if you're anxious about this one thing, what are you, take responsibility, take ownership, so that in your next, by the time it's 10 years from now, you're like,
even
you're
your
like, I'm
next
even,
birthday.
you're like, I'm even stronger and healthier than I was, when I was 30.
True.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Another thing I would say is start focusing around your life around what it feels like more than what it looks like, right? And let me give you an example. The rush to marriage is about how things look like. Right? It's all about how it's going to seem, right? Even money is more about how other people are going to perceive me when I have money. It's good to have comfort, but usually after a certain comfort, we are all fine.
We're all okay.
Yeah, we're all okay. It's now more about chasing the how you're perceived, right? Focus on how the thing feels like, right? First of all, having something like a peace of mind, feeling calm, having people who love you, even if it's your friends and family, you start valuing those things a lot more when it's about how things feel like. But if you're chasing how things look like, you're going to be in debt, you're going to get in bad marriages because your focus is just, I'm married, so everyone else is happy. Done. You're not thinking about how you're being treated, or if was this the right person? Did you take your time to notice any red flags? Focus your life on having a life that feels the best to you,
that
more than how
good. Exactly
something that looks really good to other people.
And stop focusing so much on what societal expectations are telling you. There's someone who will get married at that 50 and they're in the happiest marriage ever. You at your 25, which you are pressured, and you're literally, you guys are not even sleeping in the same bedroom. What is the point? What is the point? Another point that I would say is see the joy in whatever season that you're in. Like, there are literally so many people who would have wished to live to their 32nd birthday, but they haven't. What is the alternative of getting older?
Death.
Dead.
It's true.
I don't want to turn 32. Okay,
Do you want
so
to die?
Do you
Would
then
you like
want
to die?
If that's
I think it's my mom who said that as well. She's she's extreme.
Hey, Casey.
She's extreme.
Casey, wow.
She's extreme, but it's true.
But it
makes you think like, do you want to die?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Then the only option is to get older.
Actually watching my sister is 18 right now. And is she 18 or 19? One of those two. Anyway, watching her. Oh God, no, that's going to bother me. She's turning 20 in 2003. She's 19.
Okay.
Anyway, watching her, like, she's so excited every time she turns a year older, because of course for her, when she was 17, she's like, she can't wait to get to 18.
To be free.
Exactly. And you see, we all should just have that kind of like, I guess after you pass like 21 or 22,
and now you're free and now you really want to take it back.
But now you see, there's actually like clubs you can't get into until you turn 25.
Right?
Yeah. They're like, there's cool things. I don't know, I feel like almost like some kind of pleasure in getting slightly older,
Yeah.
I don't know how if you feel the same way at 40, but I'm just trying to enjoy the season of being just here in my 32.
But then your kids are going to be in their teens.
I know.
Mine or you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're also yours. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Our kids,
Our kids,
are going to be in their teens, and that's going to be something different. You're going to start cultivating relationships with them from like a friendly kind of vibe. There's so much to see
and
there.
They'll be free. There won't be little toddlers to take care of.
Exactly.
And they'll be
and
there's
you
there's
have
joy in this one.
exceptional amount of money.
Exactly. I love that.
TMI is going to be the biggest podcast in
ever
Africa.
In Africa, in the world.
In the world.
Okay,
period.
in Africa, but pretty big in the world too.
Yeah. So there's going to be so many things. Also, another thing is to as Joe is saying, to be happy in the season. Also look at some milestones you look forward to, even if you're dead single and you feel like there's no prospect. You're deep for dead single.
Is there a time you've ever just been like no prospect at all? Like,
I don't think so.
No one. Like, there's no one you can call right now to come over for a sneaky link. Nobody. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
But anyway, who knows? Maybe others.
Anyway, if you're in that situation, you can always have optimism about potentially getting it, because the idea of pessimism is just a choice. Being pessimistic about your future is a choice, the same way being optimistic about your future is, because no one knows how it's going to be. No one knows what's happening tomorrow. So every time you do put this negative energy towards getting older, remember it's a choice. And you have the choice to have the alternative of, oh wow, I can't wait to meet someone who I love so much. I wonder what he's going to be like.
Exactly.
I bet you he's going to be like this. He's going to look like this. Our kids are going to look like this.
But imagine doing that for 5 years. You're tired now.
But for 5 years, there's no one who has talked to you in 5 years. Have you put yourself out there? You've been out there in the world and no one has talked to you in 5 years.
Yeah, maybe I'm ugly. Maybe I'm bad ugly.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it from someone. If that's your testament, obviously, so I can actually give my point of view from a bit more of a expanded point of view. Give me that feedback. If you're the person who's been out 5 years, you've been out, you have not been on a date, nothing for 5 years, and you're doing everything to get
imagine
perfect.
surely. And also imagine wasting today worrying about tomorrow. Like right now, imagine I'm just feeling anxiety about turning 32, and then I spend so much time worried about the fact that I'm now 32 that I don't get to enjoy it, and before I know it, I'm 40, and I'm like, I wish I could go back to when I was 32. Like right now, this today as we are speaking is the youngest you will ever be, no matter how old you are, whether you're 20, 18, whether you're 47. Today as we are speaking, this is the youngest you will ever be. What are you gonna do with that time? What are you gonna do with this youth that you have? What are you gonna do with this beauty? What are you gonna do with this wig? You know, what are you gonna do with this booty?
I know, right?
Exactly. That's the question.
Yeah.
So just enjoy wherever it is that you're at. I know it's easier said than done.
Definitely.
But actually it's not really. Because as you've said, optimism is a choice. Pessimism is also a choice. We could all just be down in the dumps about everything.
Down.
But
I know the world is going to end.
And
We are
then-
definitely entering World War III.
For sure.
But what are we focusing on? We're focusing on getting this bag, making TMI the best podcast, growing into women that we admire. It's up to you what you want to focus on as far as getting older, because there's definitely a lot of things which are going to be down and dark. Now, for the people who are in a situation where you were on that, you know, you were there, you are that go girl, you had an amazing job, you had a great relationship, then COVID happened. And you're back at your mom's and you're 33 years old and life now feels like it's really difficult. First of all, accept that actually had nothing to do with you, because I mean, what could you have done? Who knew what this is going to happen, right? So alleviate yourself of the stress of being in a situation minus a pandemic when there was a pandemic that affected your job, you know? Unfortunately, some people did lose their job, not everyone did, but release yourself from that because it actually had nothing to do with you. But as we said, once you have released yourself of that pressure, it's really up to you what happens after this.
Exactly. So it wasn't the pandemic happening and you losing your job wasn't your fault. Yeah. But now it is your responsibility to move forward from that and like make a plan. Actually, at any point, I don't know if you've ever watched this what is it called? Animation called Stalks. Do you like animations?
No, not really.
Not really. What?
But like Family Guy stuff like that.
Exactly. Okay.
That's
the dirty kind. Just the dirty kind.
What?
Oh, Lydia. Anyway, in Stocks, they always say, make a plan, stick to the plan, always deliver. And for me, that always rings in my head. It's like, how long? I'm this horrible situation that I don't like today. I've woken up and I've discovered I'm 150 kgs. Okay, now we are going to sulk for the next 2 days. Yeah. But after that, you get up, you make a plan, you stick to the plan and you deliver. Because I mean, sitting in that place of like, oh my God, feeling sorry for yourself, it just leads to you being in that same place for longer than you need to be, and then you wasting even more time than you have already wasted.
100%.
So yeah, tough love, but it's true. It's true. Yeah,
it's 100% the fact. What did I just want to say right now when you were
think about it?
Oh my God, it was really good.
Think about it.
It was really good. What did you just say?
I talked about stocks, animation,
make a plan, execute. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So what I did when I did get to the aging anxiety and how I've been able to turn things around for myself is that I wrote a personal statement. Of who I wanted to be. So I got this planner or whatever around May last year, and I wrote a personal statement about what I wanted to feel like, but as if I'm there writing it, right? So for example, it's just like, oh my God, TMI. I think then I was saying something like, we've got 10,000 subscribers after a year.
God. Look at us now, 30K
I was like, TMI podcast got 10K, whatever, you know, writing from like, you did it, you are amazing, you're in this happy relationship. I wrote, this was like after me and Mike got together, I was like, you and Mike made a year, you're happy, you still feel at peace, your friendships are thriving, you're making this bag. I wrote it from a place of already receiving it, right? And then I definitely got to work. It wasn't like do and then. It was discipline and revolutioning yourself, and also be patient because once you start making different decisions, you're not going to see the result then.
Exactly.
Have someone like Joe who's going to tell you
and be like,
to talk you off the ledge. Lydia, no, keep Lydia. Going. You're putting in the work. It's all going to work out. You need to be a bit more patient because for when I made that decision around March to when now I was seeing a bit of a different picture. Okay, so me and Mike got together officially end of May.
Now they've been living together.
My everything started picking up for me as far as my career. Actually, when I started doing lives, when I started theming my affirmations, when I started doing lives, and then
5 a.m. club.
5
You
a.m.
already
club.
done 5 a.m.
I started
club?
5 a.m. club as soon as I turned 31,
Oh,
like 10
right,
days after,
yeah.
because I was like,
As soon
I
as you
need
turn
something.
30, you're turning 31.
As soon as I turned 30, so
Thursday,
something
yeah.
to kick me up. 66 days of the 5 a.m. club changed me. It
Yeah,
changed my
exactly.
life. Period. Yeah. I know.
And now here we are. Now here we are, almost 32. And you know what you'll realize, guys, as you get older, tomorrow, now once you're 32 and now you're 31, it's just like you're just still the same person.
It's another
There's
egg.
no like crazy.
It's another
like
burger.
Now, you've now exactly.
It's
And
just
then
another burger.
It's just another burger.
Yeah.
And it's
You
just the
just feel
same. Like now you'll just wake up the same way you woke up today is the same way you're going to wake up tomorrow. And then now you're 31.
I do feel different at 31. I feel like
Serious?
this is my 30. It
Oh.
feels like my 30.
At least we're still in our early 30s though.
Yeah.
31, 32, that's early 30s. When you get to 34, 35, 36, that's
No,
mid-30s.
35 over.
Oh.
You're not youth after
No.
35.
Okay, stop shouting. We are still 32.
You're
We're
not
okay.
youth.
You know
We're
what?
okay.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us.
We are leaving our M-Pesa number in the
Down
caption.
a bit
Please.
low.
So if you want to send us something, you can go ahead and send us something.
It's
But
just-
anyway,
Cheers.
Cheers.
And to
honey.
every single person who's turning and you're feeling dread, we hope that this podcast has given you the perspective to celebrate your age, to be grateful for where you are. And if you're not feeling like you want to be grateful where you are, at least feel like you have the power to feel better in your next birthday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us.
We title this part of the episode Hey In Between Us because it's basically us just saying hey to you guys, reading from our comments on YouTube. We love you guys. Whether you're watching on our Instagram page, our snippets, or you are listening on Spotify or Castbox or wherever it is, we love you guys. But we usually just read from the YouTube captions because they're easier to like conglomerate and like just look up. But we love all of you guys.
Yeah.
And we really, really appreciate anyone who takes their time to watch and like and comment and share and save and tell anyone about. If the word TMI ever just comes out of your mouth, we
To
love you, by
other
the way.
people. Oh my God.
Imagine,
we
by
love
the way.
it.
Okay, thanks. So we're going to read from the comments from our last episode, which was the 9 facts about men that women should know, which was frankly quite hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
Quite
Facts.
hilarious. Facts. Okay, so Maggie, you said the dynamic duo, I feel like you two complement each other so well. And that makes the conversation flow easily. Looking forward to Wednesdays because of you, a diehard in-betweener fan. We love you, Maggie.
We love her. The pivot is saying, I'm tired of choosing love languages. Can't we just have it all? Give service, all of it. Why do we gotta pick? You do not have to pick at all. How actually, in fact, I feel like everyone appreciates all of those things. It's just like there's the one that hits the spot.
It
you
really
know?
just feels
There's
like, hey, this guy loves me.
He really loves
exactly.
me. Yeah.
Actually, I love that. Exactly. Someone else says, Nubian, you said, I agree about voicing how you want to be loved. Very true. You two look beautiful. Thank you. That's the end of it. But yeah, absolutely voice how you want to be loved.
Annie Kamau is saying, you don't see narcissism because they overwhelm/drown you with love at the beginning, so you just fall for them. Then after they show you their true colors. It's true. Love bombing, and the point of love bombing is so that they can manipulate you later, because you're just like, oh, he's so amazing, and then when he changes, you're just like, something must be wrong because I know this other person. So
and you're constantly so attached to who he was that and you don't realize that this is the true him. That was not the true him.
Even the chemicals in your brain when you're being love bombed you want that high again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Zwad, you're saying, regarding the cheating fact, my boyfriend cheated. I gave him hell on earth after finding out. Later on, when looking back, I was the most toxic girlfriend. I don't know how he put up with me for years. Sometimes we do push our partners.
Yeah.
It takes
read that
a lot.
reply because I read it.
Ooh, okay. So someone replied and said, true, but he chose to cheat on you. He should have left the relationship instead of cheating on you. Cheating is toxic behavior too.
Yeah, but she wasn't saying that at all. She was just saying
from her point of view,
she can now see that even she wasn't the greatest, which is completely fine, by the way.
Plus, also our pastor is always telling us that you don't respect your partner because they have the way they have acted is deserving of respect. You respect them because you are a respectful person.
Yeah.
So you should be kind to someone because you are a kind person, not because now this person has now shown that they are deserving of kindness.
It's true.
It does reflect how you are by how you treat other
100%.
people. Yeah.
Treat people as you are, not as they are.
Exactly.
This is Daisy Ngala. You are saying, from personal experience with men, do not assume they know. Always communicate because they do not know. Say what you want and how you want it. I had this conversation on my Instagram page and from Kit Carriers, Own Your Result. And basically, what I was sharing is someone actually shared that. I believe that person has some profession in psychology, and they were sharing that when you assume that it's up to your partner to pick up and know what your needs are, you are digressing into an infant. Just like how you expect your parents to know what you needed without them saying anything.
You just
yeah, exactly.
And then,
but that's why you've learned to communicate. You have your words, and as an adult, you are expected to communicate with the means of communication that we have. So get your level of communication to an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, last one, because it just seems like such a good one. Jerry Kimani, you're saying, hey, in between us, the point of this is who I am. I agree with Lydia. I guess people should compromise for the people they love. Like, you could be dating someone who says they don't like chatting or making conversations. How then should communication go? And they say that's just who they are. Someone else says they are emotionally unavailable, and that's just who they are. It's all about compromise. You learn how to communicate, learn how to be emotionally available. For me, I feel like with this one, it's half and half. Yes, okay, maybe there's some people who don't chat. Like, for example, when Zach and I started dating, me, I was a lot younger. I don't know if it's something to do with our age or it's the fact that he's a man or whatever, but he wasn't so good on WhatsApp. Like, I can send him a message. Even now, by the way, I can send him a message on WhatsApp. He'll reply.
You to go on text. Get on text.
Even on text, but then Zach will respond at like lunchtime or whatever. Yeah, if I want his attention, I need to call him. So you see that one, like, sometimes I can see like he's putting an effort, but also it's like, is it that important to me that I can be like, okay, this person just doesn't care about communication and I'm going to break up with him? Like, no, it is just who he is. He's not usually on his phone. He's not good with WhatsApp. Right. And even when he texts, he's not putting emojis and things. And I'm like, babe, when you're mad at me, he's like, no, why? I'm like, you didn't put an emoji?
Yeah. I've practiced that as well. Emojis and men usually don't go. Yeah. They
so
don't.
To some extent, I feel like, yes, somebody should make an effort to like at least ensure that there's communication. Like, Zach will always call me at least twice a day to check on me.
Communication, he is communicating, but the style can be compromisable.
Yeah,
so I agree with that. So Mike is a texter.
I love that for you.
Why?
I love texters.
No, me, I'm a caller. For him, it's like, if he knows I'm doing something, he's like, babe, I know what you're doing. I'm going to call you, interrupt your team. I'm like, yes, call me. I want to be interrupted so I can see you thinking of me.
And you can tell everybody, Beryl, pause sound, pause video. Mike is calling.
Yeah, no, I'm not busy at all. I'm not doing anything at all. I'm free. But yeah, I've learned as well, it's like those are just different, and he makes an effort as well, and I make an effort to not complain about it so much. So Elena Muikali saying, I have a question. I'd appreciate if it can get an answer. There's this guy who has been in my life for the longest time, but he has never explained to me what our relationship is. It has been on and off since should I say the date?
Say
2014.
I'm tired. Good night.
Good night. He isn't married, neither does he have kids, but I have a child with someone else, and that doesn't put him off.
This is our TMI talk.
What is this, honestly? 2014. Do you know? Yeah, you think 2014 is juicy? It's not.
It sounded like it was 5 years ago, but now I'm realizing it's 8 years ago.
8 years ago. 8 years ago. Let's just take a moment for that. Personally, I don't even know if it's about him.
Oh my God.
I think it's about you at this point, because 2014 on and off, and the guy doesn't want to tell you what you guys are. Can
I be honest? I feel like this is the ones where you just find out that this person, now he'll break up with you tomorrow and you just find out he's getting married because he has another girlfriend.
If he isn't already
married. Plus, you see, this is what we're saying about.
And I'm really sorry I said your name because I didn't know it was a dilemma when I was reading it.
But I feel like you have the power. Like, he's not the one. You see the way she's phrased it as like, he hasn't told me what we are. You own your result. Own your result.
Kid.
Have you please?
Yes, kid.
Where are you? If you've asked a million times and he's not willing to say what you guys are, it is time for you to set a boundary.
Decide.
Yeah. And I think the time to do that was 2016.
Any time. And I guess the idea and what is highlighted to me is he isn't married, neither does he have kids, but I have a child with someone else, and that doesn't put him off. There you go. That's exactly why you're staying long.
You're staying long because you feel like you're lucky.
That him not being put off by you having kids is the price. Let me tell you this, I found this, in a lot of people. The people who are like, I have a kid, tend to receive people who are like, you have a kid.
But I'm willing to accept it.
I'll accept. Whereas you take it like, I come with another person.
Yeah.
Period. Are you in or not?
Yeah.
You will find people who are more like.
Yeah, I love the fact that you have a child. Exactly.
Yeah, and guess what? You're not even giving them a choice.
Yeah.
It's either you're here liking it or you're not.
Yep,
you know?
absolutely.
So for us, what would say is this is a part where you've given him so much power to determine your narrative. If he hasn't and he will not tell you who you are, you decide what that is. And nothing is a good idea as well.
I think so, yeah.
Nothing is a good idea.
I to be honest, I just feel like if he really truly wanted you guys to be together, unless you're like maybe you started dating at like 18 and now you guys are still in your mid 20s, depending on, did she say how old she is?
I'm admitted if you're, that was 8 years ago.
How do you know? Maybe they started at 18. I mean, what they started dating at 18 and now she's 26.
Yeah, 26 is late 20s.
Ooh, it's not mid. It's mid.
No,
it's mid 20s.
25 and over.
Why are you removing my hand from your thigh?
25 and over is done.
It's like,
you're over 25.
Yeah, I feel, ooh, girl, you're over 25. I feel like if this was going to make it into the next, I mean, Lydia literally started dating Mike 3 seconds ago and they're living together.
Really?
And I'm not saying this is the benchmark, but I'm trying to say that clearly you're unhappy with the progression of your relationship and there's a reason for that. If it's not flowing naturally, I think it's time for you to cut your losses and now just move on to something
and
else.
Honestly, I think you won't be cutting a loss. I think you'll just be cutting the not knowing.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to have, at the very least, you're going to have peace of mind as a plus.
But I get the familiarity of like, okay, this person has just always been there. They've always been there. You've always assumed, but to assume is a bad thing. You've always assumed you guys are going to be more than friends. You always assumed that no, this is the person you're going to end up with. And making peace with the fact that maybe you have made a bad decision to keep this person in your life longer than they needed to be.
Well.
That's difficult. But you need to now cut your losses now, so that you can enjoy the rest of your life without this person in your life. Wow.
100%.
We have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Hey, in between us and TMI
there
talk.
You go.
Damn.
Boom. There you go. Yeah. Just like that,
we
guys.
hope we've helped you with that question. And that is the end of our birthday episode. So exciting. So exciting, guys. If you want to come and join us for a little party, a little like birthday celebration, check out our Instagram for something fun or somewhere fun. We are going to be this coming Saturday.
On Saturday.
So check out our Instagram, TMI Podcast KE, if you are not following us there already. Say
guys, I know we love you so much and thank you so much. We know you're celebrating us already because we see your comments on our page. And for everyone who turns the same birthday as Joe or me, happy birthday. We are a birthday twin and we love you so much, guys. There's beauty in getting older. Absolutely. And as we get older, you guys are going to be here a lot longer. You're going to be in between longer. You have potential. You have the freedom to create whatever life you want as long as you're here.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, guys. Follow us on TMI Podcast KE on Instagram and we will see you on our next episode.
Ching ching.
Oh, of course. Where's mine?
Where's your
oh.
To you guys and
to you guys and to us.